what's going on, you guys, and welcome back to What Shall We Do Next. I'm Mike, your host, and I hope you guys are having the best day ever. Make sure you subscribe right now if you haven't already done that. We're on the road to 148,000 subscribers, and I would love you to join me on this journey. So hit subscribe right now and join the fam. And today, guys, we have a very special guest on the phone. I'm literally about to call somebody. This is a video that I've never done before. I've never actually interviewed anybody before on my channel. So this is a very different type of video. But if you guys remember, a few months ago I made a couple of videos on this girl named Felicity Kadlec. She married a zombie doll. And I made a couple of videos on that. It was so bizarre that I had to talk about it in videos. And well, I've been talking to her, and she's agreed to do an interview, so we're going to talk to her now, and I am going to ask her some questions that I had, like, is this a publicity stunt, or is this genuinely real? And I'm going to also ask her some of the questions that you guys had over on Facebook, too. But, guys, it took a lot for her to come on here today. She was very nervous about this, so go easy with the comments. Like, I know a lot of us don't understand and stuff like that, but whatever happens, I would really appreciate it if you guys just try and avoid any hate comments down in the comments section, because it did take a lot for her to come on here. She was very nervous about this, but she wants to come on here and talk about, like, her side of things and tell her side of the story, because we were all, like, our brains were just frazzled by this whole story. So I want to give her this platform to come on here and explain to us a little. Maybe we can learn a little something. So just hear her out, and let's all be nice in the comments. And yeah, I'm just going to get right over to it. So just like any of my other phone call videos, I'm just going to get a little closer. And we're just going to call her. Here we go.
Hello?
Hello, hi.
Oh, I thought we were doing webcam.
No. I mean, we can if you want. I'm just on my phone, so I would, like, have to hold it up to the camera.
Oh, okay.
Are you cool with just the voice, or do you want to go on video?
Can you prop your phone up somewhere?
Not really. There's literally nothing here right now.
That's fine.
Okay,
That's fine.
I mean, it is really you. Like, just in case any of you guys don't believe that it's really her. This is Felicity Kadlec, right? Am I pronouncing that right?
Kadlec Rossi.
Kadlec Rossi, right? Because Rossi is Kelly's last name, right?
Yeah, I haven't changed it yet legally, but I'm trying.
Okay, awesome. But yeah, you and I have been talking. I'm on camera right now. I'm filming this. We've been talking, and you saw my videos about you, and I was being a little, I guess you could say I was being a little mean. But I think the thing is, like, a lot of people were also being the same way I was, and we all had those same questions. So I wanted to, like, ask you these questions on, like, a call like this, so me and my viewers could kind of understand your side of things.
Okay.
All right, cool. I mean, the first thing, like, that people are thinking is this real, or is this a publicity stunt?
It is real. It is not a publicity stunt. I have known Kelly since I was 10, and then got her when I was 13, and she's been like my best friend for a long time.
Okay, cool. I have explained to people, like, it took a lot for you to come on here, right? You were saying you were nervous and stuff, so I have explained just to, stay away from, like, hate comments, like, just everybody be polite, that kind of thing, because we are genuinely trying to find out what your side of the story is, because, I mean, I think the articles and stuff, they make you look like you're a crazy person, and I think that's the impression that the articles are giving to people. So I thought a better way to get, like, an idea and a real understanding of your side of things is to talk to you, like, firsthand, like this.
Yeah.
So I think another thing people are wondering is, like, how, I mean, you explained this to me last night. We've talked before, guys, but how would you explain to the viewers that, like, people are wondering, how can you marry a doll and not a human being? Like, how can you be in love with an inanimate object?
Well, it's kind of like, how can you love a god that, like we were talking about last night? Pray that, to protect your family and this and that, and then the kid goes to school next day and gets shot. I mean, like, how can you love a being that you've never seen? It's what you believe, it's what you thought of, it's what you think, it's how you feel. Like, I believe Kelly has a spirit, and that's why I feel that she's she's always with me, and she's been with me even before I had her, so I got to know her even before she was physically with me. That's how I feel.
Hmm. And okay. And you say that your relationship with Kelly is spiritual. It's not. It's not about the doll itself. The doll is just a vessel for the spiritual. I guess you could say entity that's inside her.
Yes, but I do believe that if I died or something and I saw her like in the afterlife or something, she'd be taller, she'd look more like grown, but she would look like a zombie but no blood. But I feel like in the afterlife you get whatever you want. Like if you like fairies and unicorns, that'll be there. Like it's kind of like whatever you want. Like it's whatever you are, who you are. And Kelly is who she is, but she's not a child, and that's what I'm trying to get to people. I'm trying
Mm-hmm.
to explain that to people, but all they see is a little girl doll. And I'm not gonna lie, she's supposed to be 7, but I picked a kid zombie because I was a kid myself and wanted to remain a kid and be like a zombified Peter Pan, as I call it. I didn't want to grow up, so I picked a doll that could be grown mentally but looked young physically.
Right. So you're 20 years old now, right?
Yeah,
Okay. And you got this doll when you said 13,
yeah,
and this doll was of sentimental value, right? Like, didn't you say your father got him for you? Got her for you.
yes,
So you do have like that sort of sentimental connection to it, as well as like, just being in love with a doll.
yeah, yeah. But I feel like if he was still alive, I'd still do the whole wedding thing and stuff. It just seems like it's because he died why I did that. But I think I was still planning on it even when he was alive before he died. Like a few weeks before he died, I was like, when September rolls around, I want to get him married and stuff and have a wedding. And so I mean, yeah, but he I mean, to people who ask, people almost make it sound like that, like my father forced this doll on me. No, it's he didn't like me being involved in horror. He didn't like me loving Kelly, but he got her for me because he just accepted me and he was like, okay. You're a good kid. I can't say no to you. You don't do bad things. You got good grades, so I'll buy her for you. After a while, near the end, he was more or less likely to be like, I like her because you like her. She's fine. He didn't mind her around him anymore. He was fine with her. He got used to her.
Yeah. Okay. One of the questions that a lot of people were asking was, how do your family and your friends, how do they take this? Are they accepting, or are they judgmental, or?
Biological or adopted? That's what I want to know. You want to know biological first or adopted?
I mean, you can explain both if you want, if that's okay with you.
My adopted family, it all started with Chucky and stuff like that, and they were like, "Why do you like him? He's mean. He kills people. He's evil. He's this. He's that. Why do you like dead people? Not dead, dead dolls." And they were like, keep her in, especially when I got Kelly, they were like, keep her in the car, and that doll is ugly, it isn't normal, and stuff like that. And, but then by the time, I got to be like, before I was getting kicked out, me and my aunt were getting along, and we were like, she was like, oh yeah, you can bring her for the rides, but you can't bring her in the store, because people will probably get upset, and, so we kept her in the car. If we rode to McDonald's to the drive-thru, she would let me have her, she didn't mind her around, and she was becoming more accepting.
Y-
In the beginning, everybody was just like, "Oh my God, Felicity and those dolls," But I don't know. Then shit hit the fan. Excuse my language. And then now I don't have contact with them anymore because I'm not happy with them. But the whole point is, then with my biological family, my mother was like on and off about it. My birth mother. And this one time she even freaked out about it and was like, "Keep them away from your little brother because they're not normal." And I was like, "All right, whatever." It was weird. She kept switching on me. Like one moment it was fine, next moment, it was bad, and I should not, I should keep it behind closed doors and not tell anybody. And then my biological grandfather, he threw me the wedding, but it's just the way he would go about it. Sometimes felt like he was just doing it to try to support me, but I don't think he fully understood. And then his girlfriend, which isn't a part of my blood, but is like, it was like my step grandmother or something. She was like really against it and said I had psych problems and said it wasn't normal, and so I've had on and off over it.
Yeah. Okay. That's understandable, I guess. Um, there's been a lot of pretty serious like allegations about you, including like pedophilia. Like, people are accusing you of saying like you're substituting, having being intimate with a child by doing it with this doll. What do you have to say about, like, what do you have to say to those people who are accusing you of saying, like, you're a pedophile because this is a little girl?
Well, it really hurts me when they say that, and it makes me feel like I can't be me anymore. And the only way I can like go back to being the way I was by saying she's hot and this and that, and she's sexy is if she was grown size. And I'm not gonna have that for a little while because the guy that's making her is busy. But I kind of feel hurt when people say that because there are people who I've reached out to who have said that, and I've tried to explain to them, this is who I am, and this is I've had this doll for a long time, and Chucky was a little boy, but he possessed a soul of a 40-year-old man, so why is it wrong for me to do this, saying she's a woman inside, and they just kept saying I'm using excuses, and it's just me trying to, make up stories, and it just doesn't make any sense why they don't get mad about some little boy doll jacking off in the bathroom, Chucky, I mean, but they don't get mad but they get mad when I'm kissing Kelly. It's not like I'm putting in decent photos out there. I mean, I see Kelly as a woman, and there are people out there who, and some people get mad because I'm comparing it, but there are people out there that actually look like kids but really aren't. I know Kelly was manufactured to look like a child. I know she was, but I chose her at like that because I was a child myself.
Hmm.
And people just don't want to get that through their head, and I don't want nothing to do with kids.
Yeah, so what you're saying is, like, you got this doll when you were also a child, so you've kind of grown up with her, but she obviously, as a doll, she can't grow, she can't age, so she's kind of stayed that way, and now as you've got older, people are calling you a pedophile and stuff like that.
But the thing is that when I was, you know, I'm getting a new one, but I'll even my therapist will be like, "Do you really want to change your doll? Because is it because of the public or because you want it?" And I'm like, "I really want it because now I feel uncomfortable with the whole, every time I try to be romantic with her, I just picture somebody being like, imagine if that was a little kid, a real little kid, and then it turns me off, and then I get upset, and then I just it really kind of bothers me. It really upsets me to the point where I've actually almost believed that maybe I was one. But then I started to think like, no, because all I look at is Kelly. I don't look at other children. I mean, she's not a child, but it's not like I look at other children dolls. I mean, I'm past that. I look at adult zombie dolls now, so I don't
Yeah,
understand why people. I mean, I understand it, but it's like after I explain it to you, after I explain it to them, they're still jerks about it. So it still kind of gets to me. I
yeah,
mean, every day I argue with myself like she is a child doll, she is a little girl doll. Why are you got to understand, and it bothers me to the point where I almost want to bug the creator. But if I bug the owner of the place that's going to make her for me, he can just turn around and be like, I'm not making her for you. So I just wish people could like die down the whole pedophile thing until I get the well, forever, not until I get her, but forever, just die down on it and be like, okay, well, she's getting a bigger one, so okay, I get it. Like, maybe I mean, I was wrong. Like, but people just they're behind a screen, so that's how they want to talk. They got big balls behind a screen. I don't know.
yeah. The other thing is, like, you mentioned in one of your videos on over on your YouTube channel that somebody actually, like, called the cops. I know we talked about this last night. Somebody called the cops on you and said that you had dead bodies of children in your house, right? That really happened?
Yeah, yeah.
What happened with that?
The cop came to the house, and it was just one cop, and he was like, "I know they're dolls, but I just have to verify." That was it.
Yeah, so that is pretty crazy. I mean, even in the articles and stuff like that, even I knew, like, when you read it, it says zombie doll, and you can't really mistake that. So, do you believe that that person did that because they just thought maybe, like, you know how the internet is, like, people see something that they don't understand, something different, and then they automatically feel like they want to bully that person or make them feel bad about their life choices and that kind of thing. Do you think that that person genuinely believed that you had dolls, or do you think that sorry, do you believe they genuinely had dead? They thought you had dead bodies, but or do you think they knew that they were dolls? They just wanted to cause your life to be, like they thought it'd be funny to call the cops on you and have like probably hoping for a SWAT team to show up at your house and hold you at gunpoint, stuff like that.
Um, I think it goes both ways.
Right. So you believe there are some people out there who are genuinely concerned, like these are real corpses.
Yeah.
Wow,
Like
that's insane.
my friends that I live with will be like, a lot of people who call you a pedophile, they're probably, I mean, they're just trolling you. They don't really mean it, but I think there are people out there who really do feel like, oh, this girl. I mean, I'm really concerned. I mean, I mean, it makes me, you know what I mean? 'Cause I feel like if they're if they're actually meaning it, I feel like if I once I told them how I feel, how I am, I feel like they would change their way and be like, okay, now I understand. But people who are trolls will be like, oh no, you're still a pedophile, just to be an asshole, you know?
Yeah. I mean, I did look into this, and apparently there is a thing where people can actually be in love with that things that are not necessarily living human beings. Like some people could be in love with a book, or like a car. There's that guy who married his car, and things like
Yeah.
that. So this is like a real thing, that it's not just you. It's not like this is like you're the only person in the world. There's a lot of people out there who are either in love with something of an object, or they're married to it. Some people are even married to things. Like, I'm pretty sure that guy married his car, or I know like he had sex with his car or something. I'm not sure. Have you seen that?
I think I have. I don't know if I've seen him do it, but I think he says he does.
Yeah. Um, Another thing I was going to ask is, like, one of the things you brought up to me last night, and I kind of asked you about it, was the whole getting married to it. Like I said to you, like, I'm not sure. I've never been married, but I'm pretty sure you have to like both be able to sign the certificate of like marriage, so that you can, kind of, you're sealing that deal to be married together forever. That it's like a eternal pact, I guess. How did you guys get married without Kelly being able to sign, the piece of paper?
I signed it for her, and well, I don't really consider marriage to be legal. It's what you feel in your heart. I mean, in other countries, they force you to marry children, or force you to marry this person or that person, and it's not even true love. It's just because you've seen those old movies like Shrek. Like, she wants to marry Shrek, but they want him to marry Prince Charming. Like, it's just not real. It's just legal stuff.
Mm.
So it makes me feel like, why does it have to be legal for me to actually say I'm married? I mean, I know I'm married. That's all that matters.
Mm-hmm. So you're saying like your marriage, it technically wasn't legal in the state in like the eyes of the state, or the state law, but in your heart, that's all that matters. It's what you did. Like you got married. It doesn't matter what the government says to you. Is that basically what you're saying?
Yeah.
Right. Okay. I think that's fair.
I want to legally change my last name to Rossi, but like hyphenated Kadlec Rossi, but I got some stuff going on with the court and stuff that I told you about with my grandfather, and something stupid happened, and he had me arrested, and over me shoving him after me getting in his face, after he got in my face, excuse me, and he wasn't the first time that he would do that. So I don't know if I can do it or not right now, but I don't know if I'd have to go back down to Rhode Island and try to tell the court I'm changing my last name, and so we might have to wait for a few months before I do that because of all this crap. So
Yeah. Um. I'm just trying to recap on what we talked about last night. There was more questions. So I did ask you about, like, you genuinely believe that Kelly is real, and she communicates with you. I know we already talked about this, but I'm wondering if you could explain it again to the viewers. Like, you said that, like, Kelly communicates with you. She talks with you in her own way. Now, like I said to you, do you actually hear her voice, or does she communicate with you in like other ways?
I don't actually hear her voice, but it's like I've heard her voice before, that I know what her voice sounds like, if that makes sense. Like, if somebody dies and then you say, I remember their voice in my head, like, if you heard their voice again, you know it's them. So basically, she spiritually communicates with me. Like, she gives me dreams, or she'll be in a dream, basically, or I'll have a role play or scenario, or she'll just play along in my head, and she's like talking to me, and you know, I don't talk to her like I talk to you, really, like face to face, or just like back and forth. It's just like in my head, or like just like cuddling with her, or I can feel or sense the things. That's what I believe. I mean, I could be wrong. I mean, there could be no afterlife, there could be no God, there could be no spirits. I could be wrong, but this is just what I believe.
Mm-hmm. And we also talked about, like, I said to you, do you believe, like, because my whole channel is like pretty much built on the paranormal and horror and stuff like that. So I am a big believer in ghosts and the afterlife. But do you believe that this spirit that's inside Kelly, you believe that it was once a living person, or is it something something else? Is it something that you have created yourself?
It could go both ways. I mean, some people may believe that she was somebody else. I believe that was something that I created myself, and now she's taken on her own. I mean, something about my energy. Now it's her energy. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think it's a. I think it's a what I did.
Yeah. And we also talked about, like, I said to you, if you left Kelly home alone, and you were to be out at the store, and I were to break into your house, could Kelly tell you that, like, could she tell you in her own way that I was in your house, like there was an intruder in the house, or is she not capable of, telling you that kind of thing? She can communicate with you with some things, but some things she can't do, like, like we were saying about God and stuff like that too.
She can't do that. No, she wouldn't be able to tell me. I mean, like it's kind of like when somebody kills themselves. God, why did they do this? It doesn't work that way. He did it because of this. It doesn't work that way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So it is kind of like, I do get that. That is one thing I do understand. Is like, we will ask God, like whether you believe in God or not, you could ask God, like, why did that person do that? And God's not gonna, like, call down and say because of this. He can't. God hasn't got that. Um, he's not capable of answering that question. Just like, I guess, like you said, Kelly is or isn't. Yeah. Um, Now, another thing, like, these are some of the questions that I've seen a bunch of people ask, and people were saying, like, could you, like, how would you go about having kids with Kelly? Like, if you decided you wanted children in the future, how would that work?
I gotta say that whole article about me wanting to have kids with her going to a sperm bank, that's all lies. I never had an article. That is all lies.
Oh, really?
Anything yes, the closest thing that would happen is like a zombie doll baby, and that's about it. But I don't want to do that. I just want it to be me and Kelly.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't want to have kids with her, and I'm not going to get pregnant for her. I mean, if anything, I mean, like that will not happen. So, I mean, I mean, it just won't happen. Like like just like a lot of the articles say, I married an 8-year-old zombie doll. Like they're making me sound like I actually believe that she's 8 years old or 7 years old, and I'm like, that's what's going on. I don't believe she's 8. I don't see her as an 8-year-old or a 7-year-old. Um, I mean, I mean, all that shit about online about me having a baby with her, that's all lies. That's lies. I never said anything like that. Have I ever said it maybe as a thought, as if she was a real person, like a person? Yes, because she'd be able to be animate and be able to do things, but not as a doll. I never went and planned on it.
Mm-hmm. Now, this one is kind of personal, and you can feel free to, like, if you want to pass the question, you can. But you did, in one of the articles, it said that you did, I don't know if it's fake or not, but you did mention about being intimate with Kelly, and that it's like she's the love of your life. Was this true? And I'm not gonna go into, like, details. You don't have to tell me how it goes, but is that true?
Yeah, it's true.
Okay.
Like if the creator is like, the problem, the reason why I mean, either way it's gonna happen because they're already making up lies. But um, kind of like we talked about last night, is that you're saying you're in love with this doll. It looks like a little girl, and you're saying you're intimate with her slash it or whatever. Even the creators, like you said, you were intimate with her. That's why people are getting upset. But at the end of the day, if I said I'm married, people are gonna make up lies anyways and say, or even the truth and say, I bet she fucks it. Like that. That's just internet. So why should I hide it and not say anything? I mean, so I said something.
Yeah. I mean, I
Yeah.
guess, like, at least that's one thing I do, like, respect that about you, is that you have been pretty straight up and pretty honest about the whole thing. You haven't been, like, hiding it. But what made you go public with this in the first place? How come you decided to go public with it?
I went public with it because I want to show people that I want people to understand that it's okay to be different. And I've had people who are objectum sexuals, people who are in love with the Eiffel Tower or whatever. They put me. I'm not in any of those groups anymore because they've shunned me for being public. Because I guess I make everybody. I made them look like a bunch of whack jobs when I did the documentary. But I mean, either way or not, I mean, you mean you're in love with a big metal thing? I mean, people. I mean, never mind a doll. It looks like a person, but a big metal bridge. I mean, people are gonna say whatever they want. I mean, if they think that there's other ways they can go about it and be like, well, people will understand me more if I do. No, you're in love with an object that doesn't even look like a person. You're gonna get more hate than me. The only reason why I'm getting more hate is because my doll looks like a kid. But if she looked like a woman Well, people would probably be like, "That's cool, Walking Dead." Like, still get hate, but less hate. I mean, that's the problem with people. It's the people in the OS community. They freaking think that, well, if I do it this way, people. No, you're in love with something that doesn't even have eyes or legs. I mean, that's gonna happen.
Yeah, I seen that one documentary about that woman who was in love with a roller coaster.
Hmm.
Yeah, it just reminded me of that when you were saying about the Eiffel Tower. Um, I have a couple more questions. One of the questions is Kelly, it might be a stupid question, but is Kelly capable of cheating on you? Like, is she capable of doing that? Like, I mean, obviously she's an inanimate object, but like, you say it's the spirit inside of her. Um, could that happen? Is that possible?
Probably, but she's very committed to me, so I don't think she would. I mean,
Hmm.
I don't. I don't think. I mean, I don't think she would because I don't think she would. But I mean, I guess if she wanted to, she could. But I never
Right.
really thought about that. I mean, I've actually had regular boyfriends, and I've actually tried to be. I actually did attempt to be intimate with one of the. And he was a he was a real young man, about my age, and we tried, and it just didn't. He was awkward, anyways. He sat there and watched porn 24/7 of lesbian porn, and he would. I mean, we would try to do it, and he would be like, I don't know. I don't. What are you doing? Why are you kissing me here? Why? I mean, I was trying to be like I am with Kelly, and like I was with Kelly. I mean, Kelly knew about it because I was trying to be. I was trying to put on a facade of being normal, and I mean, this was just not. This was just not what I wanted, and he was just not. I mean, he was just not. He just didn't know what he was doing, and it's just that's all he kind of really cared about was seducing me and having sex after a while. And I was just like, see you later.
Yeah. That actually brings me to the next question, and this is my last question. Why a doll? And I think a lot of people are wondering this. Like, why not a normal human being? What made you choose a doll, or is it something more than that you could explain?
Um, I chose. I didn't. It's kind of like being gay. Like some people say, why a girl? Why a girl? Why a girl? Or with a guy, why a boy? Why a man? It's just how I feel. People, I mean, I honestly believe that people only believe that I love this doll because of what I've been through. But I actually read something about people who say object homosexuals. Like, honestly, like, I feel like even if my life was handy dandy good, like, I feel like I'd still be in love though. I feel like it's just I was born this way. I feel like I just like I'm just like obsessed with dolls and infatuated with dolls, and I just like I that's just what I like.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, that's pretty much all the questions I had. But is there anything you would like to say to anybody watching right now? Like anything, any message that you want to put out there to people?
Well, I'm just so afraid to say some stuff because people just try to a lot of people try to argue with me and debate with me, if that's the right word. But it's like, I mean, I pretty much said all. Like I'm not attracted to children, and you know I mean I just hope people can understand more. I mean, it's what I mean, I have been through a lot in life, and it shows me that Kelly's always been there for me. And so, I mean, I don't feel like there's any reason to change. I don't feel like I should get rid of her. I don't feel like I should get a person in my life. I mean, I don't, I mean, I'm, and that's all I really have to say. But, I have one question for you.
Sure.
Is this live or are you going to upload it? Because I'm excited to see it.
I'm gonna upload it. Don't worry. It'll probably be up. Maybe not today, but maybe tomorrow.
Okay.
All right. Awesome. Well, yeah, that's pretty much all I had to ask. I'm just gonna wrap this up, and yeah, it should be up tomorrow. So, but yeah, thank you for coming on and agreeing. Like, I know this was hard for you to come on here because you thought like I was gonna like bash you and ridicule you and humiliate you, but I'm genuinely curious about your side of the story, and I'm pretty sure a lot of my viewers were curious too. So, I wanted to give you that platform to come on here and just like give your side of the story and not just what the articles were saying.
Yeah, I've been through a lot of interviews, and they're only like 10 minutes long, and they're from professional people, not YouTubers. This is the first one with a YouTuber,
Hmm.
and which would be you. And a lot of them are like, "Oh, it's going to be 10 minutes," and I don't get to say all my. And actually, the last time I'm mad at because the last recent one I did, which was like a week ago or so.
So you were saying, sorry about that, guys. The camera cuts off after 30 minutes. You were saying like this is the first time doing an interview with like being a YouTuber, I guess. the other ones have only been 10 minutes long, and you said that they cut a lot of the stuff out.
Yeah, well, one guy did, and I was like trying to explain like, oh, that's one thing I want people to know is I was actually shunned by the guy Dave Cat who fell in love with a silicone doll who which looks like a woman. He was all like, well, you know, he actually was claiming that I was a pedophile because my doll was looked as I quote underage. I use my parentheses fingers in that, but I even explained to him what I explained to you about how I grew up with her and how I've had her. He shunned me for it. But honestly, somebody told me once, I mean, you have an actual bond and a relationship with this doll, but to go online and actually just look for a big titty silicone or big man with a cock doll, I mean, that's just, if anything, that's being perverted because you want like the perfect, you're just looking for the perfect person instead of just falling for who or what or slash who you love. So, I mean, it's really all about sex, I feel like, and that's not what it's about.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. So you say like a lot of people like that's one thing I'm not gonna do. This whole interview is gonna be raw. I'm just gonna upload it the way it is. I'm not gonna like cut it and manipulate it, to make it sound like you're a bad person and cut out your defenses and stuff. Like I'm not gonna do that. It's gonna go on the way it is now. So I hope that people can. I mean, like I said to you last night, you did explain a lot to me last night, but like I said, I can't say I understand it, but I respect it. It's like it's a free country. You can do whatever you want, and I don't think people should really be getting involved. I think people may bring it up to you because they care about you, and I think like they're genuinely concerned. And then you might have people who just want to be malicious and just want to hurt you and stuff like that. I think I think like I was pretty open to learning more about it and stuff like that, and I hope people who are watching this are just a little open-minded and understand that, people are different. It's just life. This world would suck if everybody was exactly the same. Like, how boring would the world be? So, of course, there's different people out there and stuff like that. So, yeah, it was really interesting for me to, like, call you and to talk to you about all of this, because it's definitely, like, especially what you told me last night, like, it did open my eyes a little bit. Like I said, I don't understand it. I don't get it. I may never understand it. I'd have to like experience it. I'd have to be in your shoes to understand it. But like everybody deserves to be happy. So as long as you're happy, that should be the only thing that matters.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes I wonder. Like people say that, like they make a lot of those big dolls for, as they say, sex. Like not Kelly's not a sex doll. It's also one thing I want to get across. She's a Halloween haunted house prop, no parts at all.
Mm-hmm.
But they make sex dolls like for companionship, but it's like, if you think about it real deeply, don't you think those guys actually buy those dolls because like they're like a big boobs and a big butt and like or a round butt, like it's just like the perfect ideal woman?
Yeah, that is true. You still there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Oh, okay. I thought I lost you.
I thought you were gonna say something else, but that's how I feel.
Yeah.
It's kind of like I think people are getting upset because I've seen on news articles is that this guy in Japan makes childlike dolls for people who are pedophiles, and that's why people were getting upset when they saw Kelly.
Mm.
But that's not what Kelly is. But think about it. If I was a pedophile, I feel like I would just buy a bunch of just keep going after child zombie dolls, which I want adult zombie dolls now, but keep going after child zombie dolls, and and just I feel like that people who have those dolls, all they do is just bang them, and then they're just like, okay, whatever. Like it's not really emotional. It's just a sexual attraction. With Kelly, there's emotional and bond. It's more than just that.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that if there was a child and an adult would be right, even if they knew each other. I'm saying it would be wrong. But I'm saying that they're just kind of like pigs, or they just want to have sex with kids. It's just about sex.
Yeah, that's true. Like Kelly, she the only thing that makes her look like a child, I guess, is like her height. Her face.
And she has no boobs. That's the problem.
Yeah, but like looking at her face, you wouldn't think that she was like a child. Like, you can tell it's a child, but like, I don't think pedophiles would go for a child that looked like that. Because, it is pretty, like... she's designed to look like she's, like, decomposing and rotting away like a zombie. So, I don't think pedophiles want to go for zombies. So, that does tell me that there is something more than just, you being a pedophile because it's a child. Like, if you wanted to have a real child, like, if you were a pedophile, you would probably get, like, a doll that looks genuinely like a child and not a zombie. So, like, that does kind of make sense to me, what you're saying. Like, if somebody was buying dolls that look like little girls, or little boys, and they were like, they looked like an identical child, like you were saying about those silicone dolls. But imagine if it was like a little child one, then of course that's weird. Like, what they're doing with that. But I think with a zombie, that does change things, because it doesn't look like your average child. So I think that's where it does make a big difference.
But I hate that word child because right now, I know that's what she's supposed to be, but right now I try to put that word off because I'm waiting for the big one, but he's really busy. I might not get her till the fall or something. I told everybody I might get her in July or something, but he's really busy. And he's got a lot of things to work on. He makes a lot of props. And, well, she's called a prop, but I call her a doll.
Mm-hmm.
He makes a lot of big dolls. I have to wait. I have to wait. Like, I have to be patient and stuff. So I might be hanging around with little Kelly, as they call her, little short Kelly, for a while. I mean, that's why I hate people like, it's supposed to be a little girl. It just puts bad thoughts and ugly images in my mind that I don't want. Like, I don't see her like that,
Yeah. Okay. Is there anything else you'd like to say, or because I've pretty much asked you everything I wanted to know, so.
That's pretty much it.
Okay, cool. Well, thank you for coming on here. I know, like you said, it took a lot for you to come on here, because usually people just want to make fun of you, right? And they don't really want to hear you out. They don't want to listen to your side of the story. They're just kind of like, they want to make fun of you, stuff like that. But my viewers know me, and they know that I'm pretty open-minded when it comes to people being different. So I was just genuinely curious about the whole thing. So that's why I really wanted you to come on here, and I'm really glad that you did, because it's been interesting for sure.
And if anybody ever, we talked a little longer last night, but if anybody ever tries to because I feel like I'm missing a lot from what I'm saying, but we talked so long last night.
Yeah.
If anybody else ever says anything, you can tell them well, she told me, because I probably won't remember. Or I can tell them in the comment section well, she told me, we talked a lot about people praying to God, and this stuff still happens and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
some people just get offended because they're so into God, they'll be like, no, that's a doll,
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I'm pretty sure there's going to be questions in the comments, and if you want to reply to them yourself, you can feel free. If it's something that you've discussed with me, I'll reply and explain it to them. But yeah, there'll probably be questions, but like I said, guys, just try to not be so hateful. Let's try and be understanding and open-minded here. But yeah, I really appreciate you coming on. Thank you so much, Felicity.
You're welcome.
And I'll talk to you later, okay?
All right.
All right, thank you. Bye. So that is the end of that, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Like I said, guys, let's try to be understanding here. Let's not just jump to bullying her. Like she said, we had a long talk last night, and that was the first time we had to talk. And she's been through a lot, so she was very, very, very nervous about coming on here. Apparently, she was saying she saw my videos, and she took it as though I was bullying her, stuff like that, and so did some of her friends and stuff. And that makes me feel bad, because you guys know me, you know I don't like to bully people, but for entertainment purposes, I was cracking some jokes and stuff like that. And I guess I didn't take into consideration how she was feeling on all this. I think when somebody's different like that, you just want to kind of make fun of them and stuff. And I have that type of sense of humor. I'll laugh at things without, I can sometimes be a little insensitive, and I didn't really think about how she felt about this. So we talked about that last night. She's a really nice person, so it was really, really nice of her to come on here. She was very nervous, so like I said, just go easy in the comments. Let's try and not have any hate comments going on down there, guys. And maybe we could do this again some other time. But yeah, you can feel free to comment if you do have any questions that I didn't ask her. And she'll probably reply to you herself, or I can answer you. So thank you guys so much for watching. I love you all. Hit the like button down below, and I'll see you guys next time. Remember to subscribe. Follow me on my social media. Links are in the description. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat. And I'll see you guys next time. Remember to chase your dreams. I love you guys. Peace out.